Well, this is Dr. Mark Cooper again, and this is the second half of how to make walnut oil extract. And actually, we're going to demonstrate exactly how you put this together and how you do it. So we have walnuts here that we've picked, and really, you want ones that are totally green, and you want as many of them that don't have any impurities as you can. Like there's a spot on this one. You want to try to stay away from that as much as you can. It's best to pick them while they're green off the tree or right after they've fallen. And we've washed all these real pretty clean, and then we're going to put them in this, make this tincture out of them. The other thing I want to caution you about walnut hull extracts and making it with walnuts, you want to pick the walnuts that are not close to a road, and that you know that there's not been any chemicals or additives or toxins that have been put on the ground, because we're making this into a tincture to help you, and you don't want to be taking anything inside you that has, that's been sprayed with chemicals. So these basically are organic walnuts. Okay. The next, and by the way, the reason we're really getting a little bit out of order with our videos, but this is October, and this is the time of year and that they develop, and it's time for us to pick them. So we had to make this video a little bit sooner than we were ready. And the other thing is, last night was a full moon, and so it's really good to get your walnut hull extract made and perking, so to speak, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, because that's with the full moon and the waning moon, that's when in herbal remedies you get the best results, because it sort of pulls the nutritional value out of the walnuts as the moon is waning. And that's kind of an old idea in old herbal medicine, but that's how we do it. So this is cinnamon sticks, organic cinnamon sticks. Okay, and this is organic cloves. And we've got a glass jar here, and it needs to be glass. And then we got Everclear here, and this needs to be glass too. So we're going to make the walnut hull extract in this glass jar. So it's got you need a wide top jar so you can get the walnuts in there. And then we're going to fill it up about half to 2/3 with Everclear, pure grain alcohol. And then after it sits for 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to pour it back into this glass jar and keep it. This is some of the stuff that I made back in 2008, and that we're still using it, that we're about finished it up. I don't like plastics, so stay away from plastic jars, and try to stay with just the glass ones. So let's now go get some wormwood and artemisia. So we're going to go over here. I have it growing in my backyard here. Now, it's a good idea that if you either know what you're doing when you pick the wormwood, or you buy it at a natural food store so you know what you're actually getting. I happen to have the plant, and I've planted it over here, and it's growing, so I keep it growing every year. Let's go. Okay, this is wormwood, and we're going to take a few of this pieces off of this from the these nice young branches that are still, see, really pretty. Another term for this is artemisia. This is, in herbal medicine, we call this a bitter, because when you bite a piece of it and chew it, it's got a real bitter taste. It doesn't really taste that good, but it's a bitter, and that helps your body detox better, and parasites don't like this. All right. Now, traditionally, Dr. Hulda Clark used dried wormwood, and she used it in capsules, and that was a good way to do it. And she also had cloves in her mixture, and she had cloves in capsules. So we would take a combination of cloves, wormwood, and the walnut extract, but the walnut extract was done like we're going to do it. But to make it easier for me, I put all of them together in one formula, and that's how we're going to do it. And then we're going to use it that way because it works pretty good, and I found it pretty successful. In fact, my dog Jacob here, when we got him, we rescued him, and we used this mixture on him when we first got him. And as you know, all dogs have worms. Well, when we took him to the vet after using this tincture for several weeks, the vet couldn't find anything wrong with him at all. He had no parasites, no issues with his bowels, and so that's pretty nice. And we didn't have to have any shots or anything, except his typical rabies shots and the ones you typically would get. But we didn't have to do anything for the parasite issue.